I see men as trees walking, which means Jesus healed this vision because remember he couldn't see nothing. So now he sees something. The only problem was that he lacked focus. So it was no longer a vision problem. It was a focus problem. Now, this is something that I noticed. Wow. That even in the natural, how many of you know about cataracts? This is how the spirit of deception works. See, it sends out this little worker called distraction. Yes. See, because what happened with cataracts is if you don't get it taken care of in time, it will cause blindness. But it causes disfocus. See? So what happens is with distraction comes is little distractions here and little distractions there. And once the spirit of distractions gets you totally out of focus, then deception can come and lead you where Christ should be leading you. But what's so deep about it, you think you're doing the right thing. But you're actually operating on the spirit of deception. So why would Christ have to lead you out? Because no matter what this person is saying, or it could be somebody that you respect, you won't even have the ability to hear them because you're under that spirit so much. Wow. So Jesus, the Bible says that he laid hands on, he spit on, which means was that when he spit on him, his saliva, his intent was to wash the scales off. To wash. To purify. But the issue was that he lacked focus. Back into my notes real quick. Y'all all right? Yeah. Somebody say deception. Deception. Now we see this again in Genesis. In Genesis chapter 27, where it speaks about Isaac and Jacob. Jacob goes in to deceive his father. Isaac's blind. Or his vision is out of focus, where he can't tell the difference. Right. Ooh. So what happens? The rest of his senses is working, but he needs the vision he needs his eyesight so that he can discern properly. Right. So what happens is Jacob goes in with hair like Esau, so that he can cover the senses of touch. And then he sprays so that he can smell it, so that it covers the senses of smell. Then his ears. But the thing about it with his ears, he didn't sound like Esau. He didn't sound like Esau. But he said, well, I don't have my sight, so I got these other ones I got to work on. So I got 2 out of 1, so I guess I'll just go with the other one. So he put the blessing on the second and not the first.
Oh, Jesus.
So he found himself under a spirit of deception. See? And I don't think it's by chance that Jacob's name being deceived. Right. So he allowed himself to be deceived. But even before then, Isaac was not always blind. Right. Which means that it was something that happened over time. See, that's what happens with a lot of us. See, the enemy continues to bring distraction to us, and we begin to pay attention to those distractions, and we lose focus on God's original vision. Come on. We start thinking about this thing, we start thinking about that thing, and God is trying to bring you to the place of his vision so you can do his purpose. But what's happening to the church? See, what's happening happening in the church is that, you got, it's pretty much the who's who in the charismatic zoo. So what happened is, the deception is that I get all my power from a man and not from God. If you got a big name and I connect to you, I'll get your anointing and I go out and preach.
Right, you're right.
So in essence, in the mind of somebody that's deceived, they believe that their identity is in that person. That's why they act like them.
My God.
See, even though they're preaching a good word, but they actually operate on the spirit of deception. Why? Because they have not taken on the uniqueness of their own identity that God placed in them.
Oh, Jesus.
Look at your neighbor. Say, neighbor. God ain't got time for no copycats. See, the only person that you're supposed to imitate is Christ. We have to be imitators of Christ, not of man. Man is just a vessel that he created. He's just dust. See? And also that I noticed that when your vision or your focus is lost, so is your judgment. You have an inability to make right decisions. Therefore, there is no ability for you to execute the right things. So instead of executing the God things, the things that God created you to do, you're just doing a bunch of stuff.
My God.
In some instances, you're just doing a whole bunch of stuff that somebody else is supposed to do, so now you're causing trouble. And it's no different than when Jonah was on the boat at the wrong place, at the wrong time, and because he's at the wrong place at the wrong time, he caused a storm for everybody else. Somebody said we got to get focused. So, God's original intent is to unearth or to uncover the original vision. As you read on in the story, the Bible says that he restored his vision. It didn't say that he gave him brand new eyes. It said that he restored his original vision. So the vision didn't change. He just wanted him to be focused on the original vision. Then which is so powerful because you said that God to restart. And then that word jumped at me, and then as I began to go over my notes, the Bible says that Jesus sent him home with his original vision to restart. So he didn't change. He didn't give him brand new vision. He just restored the original one so he can go back, focus, and restart. Back home. Because Jesus, what did he say? Jerusalem first.
Come on.
See, this is the time that God is requiring his people to refocus, to realign.
Yes,
God. Order. Somebody say order. How many know that it's impossible to have order when you have this order? It's impossible to have order when you have a whole bunch of distractions. Because you have a whole bunch of distractions, then you can't focus. You can't be aligned. The number 12 means divine order. God is trying to get your attention, bring you out of the spirit of deception so that you can be focused on reaping the harvest. Because the year 2012 is going to be a year of harvest. So I've got to refocus you. When the original, when it was the real religion, there was apostles. Apostle means sent. Disciple means one that is disciplined. And the longest process is the discipleship part, because that's the part that you learn character.
Yes.
So God's original intent, when we're focused people on his vision, is to make disciples, or in other words, to teach, to train people how to live a disciplined life so that they can be sent. See, when you're just a follower, you're just somebody that follows after the teachings of Christ, but you lack the discipline. See, the only thing, it's not a building that's going to change the world. What's going to change the world is the people going up that's disciplined, that has been sent by God, preaching the gospel, healing the sick, casting out devils, and making disciples, because when you make disciples, you are enlarging the kingdom. So what he's saying is, I'm not giving you a brand new vision, because the vision that I had is still good enough.
It's still good enough.
So I got to unearth, because it's been covered with so much mess. I've got to unearth it, clean it up, wash it off your eyes, wash the distractions, wash the residue of deception off your eyesight, so that you can see the original vision, which means that I have to reintroduce you to the original vision, so that I can restart you at home first.
My God.
So in essence, Jesus unearthed his original vision and brought it into a specific place of focus. The man had his vision. I see ministries. Which also means this. Look at this. That even though he saw men as trees, but the only way he could discern that they was men was by their voices. Because everything else was a blur. So he cleaned his eyes and then brought him into focus. God is trying to bring his people into focus for this end time. Do you believe that?
Yes.
For a harvest.
Come on.
What is the focus? Kingdom.
Kingdom. That's it.
Having a kingdom mindset.
That's it. Amen.
Going beyond just church, saying the church, we're just kingdom. No. If you're a doctor, be kingdom minded. If you're in the government, be kingdom minded. Listen, the reason why Alexander the Great was successful in taking over during the Silent years, because he infiltrated the Greek language in education, in the government, in the arts, every aspect, to the point where now the influence was Greek. That's why the New Testament is written in the Greek. For all things work together for them that love the Lord, because it worked out for Paul, because Paul knew how to talk Greek and Hebrew. So therefore, it makes sense for him to be able to be all things to all men, because it relates to everybody. You speak Greek, I got that. You speak Hebrew, I got that too. If you're a rich man, an educated man, I can do that, because he was a scholar. And what is so powerful about Paul is that even though he was a scholar, he sat under Ananias for 2 years to be mentored before